Yo, what's up everyone? Siebes here, back with another incredible video today. Today we're talking about how to sell your video production services at higher rates and exactly how I went about doing that. Just give you some ideas on how to portray yourself, what to do in sales meetings, what to focus on, all of that. So we're gonna cover all of that in this video. If you haven't done so far, be sure to like and subscribe. Ton of epic content coming this year, and be sure to stay tuned to the end. I'm gonna give you one of my favorite tricks for sales meetings, and I don't even want to call it a trick because it's that simple. So without further ado, let's get into it. So today, one of the biggest core concepts that I want to talk about is value-based selling. So in other words, focusing on the value that you're providing for your services versus thinking like a technician might and starting to calculate hourly rate and, oh, if I got $40 an hour, it would take me 10 hours and $400, that sounds good. No. We don't want to do that. We want to focus on the value that we are providing to the client or the customer or whoever it may be. In other words, if someone stands to make millions of dollars off this video, does $400 really seem appropriate to you? You know, you could probably charge $40,000, no problem, for the exact same project if it was going to deliver those kind of results. So when you're in a sales meeting, that's really where you want to shift the attention of the person. Remember, sales, it's a simple concept, right? A client is here, they want to get to here. They don't know how to do it, and you are the bridge between that gap, right? So that's how you need to position yourself is, look, I know where you're at. I know you're trying to 5X the business this year. With the videos that we're gonna do and implementing on your landing pages and in your social media, it's gonna help you get there, right? So you're positioning yourself as the way to do that. This is what you need to do, okay? And by focusing on the value that you can provide, logically, it becomes more appropriate for that client to say yes to whatever it is you're offering. So what do I mean by that? Once again, let's say I'm the potential client and I sell a $1,000 online course, right? When I meet with you and we talk about doing videos and I want to put together this whole different video package for you, what do I need to do to be able to close a $5,000 deal or a $10,000 or a $20,000 deal, right? I need to understand where that client currently is in their business. How many people are you currently working with? How many new clients are you working with each month? Where would you like to be, right? So they might be working with 10 clients right now and they have 10 new clients coming in every month just automatically, and they want 50 clients coming in, right? So if you were to able to bring in 50 clients a month for them, that means an additional $50,000. If you have a plan to help them get that additional $50,000 a month, and then that can carry for 12 months, what is that, 600 grand? So bringing in 600 grand, that's easily a $60,000 project to this client, right? And logically, they'll be able to say, okay, well, if I did have that many clients coming in, I see where I would be making all that money back. Now, a $60,000 number, which I thought was crazy in the beginning of this meeting, now seems appropriate knowing I could get 600 grand in return. So that project could only take you 5 minutes to do. If you know how to do it and you spent 10 years learning how to do it, that's what they're paying you to do, is to know how to do these stuff and to execute and get them results. So that sounds great, but obviously you need to know you could provide those kind of results. So how do you know what kind of value you truly can provide? And this was something that was a challenge for me as I got going. And the main reason being, I wasn't tracking everything. I didn't really know how many clients were coming in after the videos. I didn't have those systems kind of set up. So what you need to do in the way that you truly understand video and the value that you're giving your clients is just keep going. You need to keep working with clients. You need to do a video, crush it for them. Help them make $5,000 in sales. Help them make $10,000 in sales. You know, we did a nonprofit video. We raised $48,000 from that video at their fundraiser. You know, so I saw, wow, our video helped raise almost $50,000. Of course it's appropriate to charge 5 grand for something like that. Even if it is a nonprofit, like they get $45,000 additional dollars for giving you that $5,000 budget, okay? So you need to keep doing projects to really understand the value that you're doing. And for me, the other thing I did was I started adding additional services that I knew my clients could greatly benefit from. For example, so first we were just shooting videos and editing videos. And then I would give it to the client and they say, well, I don't know what to do with it now. How do I get it on social media? How do I get it on my website? How do I get it to my friends? So we actually offered an implementation service where I had a web guy help me put the video on the websites. You know, we would help the client set it up in their email signature, we would pin it on their social media pages, etc. And for an additional $250, they didn't need to worry about any of that. We would shoot the video, we'd edit the video, and then I just started including that in packages. You know, hey, look, you know, it's start to end, we do everything. Then it was adding ads, then it was adding you know, additional video services, animation, voiceovers, talent, being able to work and hire, you know, the right kind of talent that they need for these jobs so they don't have to worry about it. So it's just constantly been adding more value, which means your production costs can go up. And then also when you are doing more things for clients, you're providing more value, you need to realize that additional work, even if it only takes you an hour, you know, you can't think 1 hour plus 1 hour equals 2 hours and I like to charge $40 an hour, so I want $80. It's how much are you saving that client from needing to find talent, needing to go through resumes, needing to talk to them, needing to coordinate. Then you're doing the production and you're doing the editing. Now you're doing the implementation. What is the value on something like that? Okay? So find ways to add more services, find ways to make your videos better. All these are ways to add additional value to your clients. But that doesn't answer the question of how much is this client actually going to make from this, right? A lot of times you're not going to know, but one of the tricks that I use for this is in your sales meeting, you need to get very crystal clear about what that client's business does, how it works, where they're at, where they're trying to go, what they charge, what their net profits are right now. Once again, what they like their net profits to be. You need to know those numbers. If I meet with a client and they say, look, we're doing $1,000 a month and we want to be doing $2,000 a month. For me to pitch a 10 grand video package, it doesn't make sense because it would take them over 10 months to recoup that $10,000 investment, and it's going to be a very hard sell for them. It's like, okay, well, I have to wait a year to do this. Is there a better way I can get clients? You know, I don't even know if that's worth it because I'm just going to be in the hole the entire year. But if you know they're doing $10,000 a month and they want to do $50,000 a month and they have everything else in place, they just need to get in front of more people, and you know how to do that, that's where you can go in and pitch them on the value that you are providing. I have a whole nother video on how to run the sales process, how to do the sales meeting. Definitely check it out in the description below. But basically, you're finding ways to add more value, and then you're finding ways to portray that value by showing the client, look, what does one customer mean to you? Okay, it's $1,000. Great. So do you not think we would be able to get 10 clients in the next 3 months from pushing these videos out on all your social media channels? Keep in mind, you already told me, you know, on average, you're getting 3 clients walking through the door right now. And I think with implementing the video on your landing page, you already have the traffic, you're gonna get just even more people converting into actual clients, okay? So that all sounds great, right? But what if the client doesn't make that much money on a sale? So restaurants, you know, their average per customer might only be $50, $20, $100. It's not gonna be $1,000, $5,000, $10,000. And this is one of the reasons I don't necessarily like working with restaurants, because it's hard to truly show them the value of what they get. You know, for me to do a $5,000 or $10,000 video production for a restaurant, they need to have so many people coming through the doors for that to physically pay off and be a return on their investment. So I just stay away from that industry. I know it's harder to show them the ROI. I like to focus on high ticket items. So people that sell their services for a lot of money and they make a good profit on them. Could be lawyers, doctors, med spas, chiropractors, construction companies, pool companies, online courses, coaches, anyone that can make money off the product they're selling and make a lot of it. Typically you'll be able to sell it for a much greater deal because you're providing more value. If they have a complex product or service, even better, because that's where video really truly comes through and helps differentiate them from their competitors. Clients that are in e-commerce, once again, I find that really difficult because they're mostly focused on ads and getting ROI just from the ad perspective versus the creative. And they maybe only make $10, $15, $20 per sale. So in order for them, once again, to a $20,000 project to pay off, what do they have to sell? 10,000 units? Someone check my math. I don't know. Something like that. A lot of units. And that's what's going to be going through a client's mind. I don't even know how many units I got to sell, but it's way more than I want to sell to be able to make this money back. So focus on high ticket items is another that's my number one trick, if you will. If you start with the right target client and you follow the sales process throughout, you're gonna get a yes so much easier at the end. And it took me 3 or 4 years to realize this. I was so down on myself saying, I suck at sales, I'm not good at this, because I could not get my average price per project up. I was stuck at like this $2,500 range. Anytime I pitched $3,500, $4,000, it was just like I don't know, you know? And I realized I was pitching all startups, people that didn't really have those kind of budgets, weren't used to spending those budgets, etc. Once I started shifting to more target client, our target client is someone who does $1 million plus in a year in revenue, meaning they have probably around $100,000 that they could dedicate into marketing. They have a defined product or service with a great differentiator, a strong competitive advantage. They're super hungry. They are ready to go, ready to get to that next level. I don't want someone who wants to just idly sit by and hope that all of our work just makes everything happen. I want them to be involved in the process. I want them to be ready to go. So finding that right target customer changed so much for us, because then when I would pitch these people, they're used to spending money on projects like this. They're used to working with other companies to help them go further faster. And I would get yeses so much easier. And that's where my projects jumped to $5,000, to $10,000, to 20 and up. The last deal we just closed was 35. So that's what can happen if you shift from the customers that don't make much sense to getting in front of the customers that do. And how do you do that? It could be networking groups. I joined my local Chamber of Commerce. I'm on the board at the Chamber of Commerce. It doesn't even necessarily pay off. I haven't gotten one client. I've gotten a bunch of leads. But being on the board, being able to talk to the Chamber of Commerce and teach them about videos, record that, put it online for other people to see, it adds legitimacy to say, wow, he's teaching a business chapter in his city. He must be able to help our organization. And that also helped get the prices up a little bit more. So focus on your value, focus on finding the right clients, follow the sales process, and be able to just keep creating great work. Put your all in every single project, and I promise you, your rates are gonna keep going up and up and up. And the last thing is just practice. Practice, practice, practice. Sales, just like any other mastery, you gotta put in your 10,000 hours to get there. But I promise you, once you start to get good at this, the sales meetings become fun. Like I just did a pitch on Zoom. It was a 30K project. Pitched them on Zoom. My background was me in a fighter jet. Closed the deal. So as you get better and better and better at sales, and you start charging more and more and more, and you're working with more legit companies, guess what next is gonna happen? All of their friends and people that are in that world are coming to you too. And that's really where your agency is gonna take off. So that's it, guys. That's all I got for today. Drop a comment below if you do have any questions. Once again, doing a ton of content this year. Happy to go over any questions that you do have. Also, like and subscribe just for future content. And that's all I got. I'm out.